Okay, so I went and got my visor. Of obviously things have moved around on a desk because I've done a few things off camera here, and basically trying to make sure that everything is working like it's supposed to. The fuel air system on this is very different than others. So basically what we've got here is that this is the valve itself, or the valve body, and then this is the fuel pickup tube that screws into it. And there was a large amount of garbage, rust, and everything else jammed up in here. It's really hard to see, but there is a small brass screen wrapped around this, along with a piece of like what appears to be lead wire because it's very soft. And there's one little tiny orifice in there, and that is kind of how the fuel air system is supposed to work. And so what I've done, this unscrews with the fingers. The fingers, it should be finger tight. You don't want to use anything, any major tool on here because this is pretty thin wall. And if you damage this, you are really up a creek without a paddle. But what I did is that I got a long piece of my kind of gasket material, stuck it in the vise like this for maximum surface area, and then just basically put it in there and just very, very slowly applied pressure, trying to see when it would stop spinning. And truthfully, it took very little pressure to take it off, but it was more than I could get by just gripping on it. So at any rate, I've cleaned out a bunch of junk out of there. I'm hoping that this will solve the problem because everything blows free and clear. We're clear through the valve here. This whole tube is completely clear. The orifice is clear. I used one of my prickers from another generator to make sure the hole was clear, and blew through it, and air goes through it. So I know that it works. Yep, very slight airflow through it, but it's a very, very tiny hole. So we're going to go ahead and screw this back in here, and that should be where it's supposed to be. It looks a little crooked, but I don't know, is it bent a little bit? Yeah, it's a little bit bent. But anyway, so we got that screwed back in here. So what we're going to do now is that we're just going to reassemble and hope that we fixed it, right? So pretty simple here. I don't use thread sealer on these things. You don't really need to. You just need to basically put it back like it was, and you should be fine. So that is going to require about a quarter turn to go back to where it was before, which shouldn't be too hard. And then that will seal it right up. There. That's it. Might as well check this for flow. Yeah, absolutely no restriction there whatsoever. So that's great. That can go right back on there. I'm gonna dispense with these. These are great, by the way. Harbor Freight, $5. Adjustable magnification and binocular view, and really great for really small stuff where you don't want to have to hold something to be able to see what you're doing. And especially as we all get older, we need a little assistance. So so yeah, this works out. It works out really, really great. Okay, so hopefully we're going to be not too far from getting a restart and see if we actually fix the bugger. Just going to kind of unscrew this here. Don't want to over tighten it. Make sure this is not gonna work on that too hard because I want to make sure that it lines up with this burner head here. Now this is going to be the entertaining part because we've got to get those little spacers in there too, so that's going to be interesting. I suppose I could use this time here to check to make sure that everything is free and clear through the air intake. I am pretty sure that it is. Since it has so many twists and turns on here, it's going to be really difficult to tell if it needs some help, because I can't really get anything around it. I guess I could do like my old days with aquaculture. You basically put a lead slinker on a string and you just kind of shake it around and you could pull something through. But you know, I think it's really pretty free and clear. I don't really see any major restrictions on it. Yeah, I don't see anything, and I didn't. Yeah, the air just goes right through, just like nobody's business. I kind of want to take that generator off, but also I kind of don't. So I think maybe I'll go with I don't. So yeah, so we're gonna look at this here, get it lined up in such a way that that goes where it's supposed to. So it should be here that this goes. And then we need to get our little spacers and these things and reinstall them. So we'll do that next. See, what I should have done is not this. So probably should have secured the fuel line first. So we're gonna undo what we did. I was watching on FabRat, someone sent them a little placard. It's like, we do it nice because we did it twice, and well, that kind of happens sometimes. So that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna do this twice because I need to, actually I could have committed a huge error here because I don't have the other one secured. So I'm gonna get this in it's about its appropriate position, and then I'm going to secure this one because this one's loose. That could have been a real nuisance. I would have had to take everything completely apart. Wow. Well, at least I didn't have to do that. So just going to lay it on the side here. We're going to get this little fuel line connected here. Let it just kind of snug itself up like this, which is pretty good. And then with these laying on their side, it makes it not too bad to get everything to line up here. So then we can get this where it's supposed to be. I don't know, maybe that oil's sounding pretty good right about now and make it a little easier to screw in there, but that's all right. We're getting there, sort of. Okay. I hope this gets this working like it's supposed to, because like I said, the fuel air system is really, it's definitely odd. I've never seen anything quite like it. It's just basically a hole in the tube, and there's no moving parts. So I'm kind of almost a bit puzzled as to how it really works. At least like with the Coleman system, it changes where the fuel flow wants to go, and this one just doesn't. I guess it's relying on the amount of fuel going by that makes it want to do that. I don't know.
6.5 hours later.
I think that the stud removal here is absolutely the worst part of tearing down a Kamplite, just because they're so hard to get at. Well, I keep thinking that it's getting tighter. There we go. That is as tight as she's gonna get. Now, I gotta make sure I get that one tightened up, which we will. And like I said, these weren't real tight, just snug, so that's pretty good there. Oh, what do we want to do next? Well, we gotta put this shield back on, which has now gotten a little bit smoky since the last time. We've had a little bit of smokiness going on. We're going to do, this time we're going to do number 21 mantle on it and see how that goes, because I know I've got just a ton of those. Do I have an open Coleman? 21. Got 99s. Got Peerless. I don't think I got any open Colemans. So we'll just go ahead and go with one of these Peerless here, which looks like I need to put another order in with old Coleman parts. I'm going to lay this down and get this tied on here. Hopefully this won't take me 20 minutes like it did the last time. How do I get in there? Oh, geez, this is a bigger struggle than you think. Oh my God. So I'm going to tie this knot outside here before I just go insane. And then we're going to put this on top and we're going to pull it tight. Ta-da! That actually went really well. Okay. Go ahead and clip off our strings. Right, but I didn't do the overhand knot, but hopefully this is going to be good enough. Okay, so the other thing we need to put on here is the chimney, which, yeah, and hey. Let's get the chimney on here. Well, didn't work so good when they're not putting the screw in the screw holes. Oh no, just dropped the spacer off. Yeah, all these little spacers on here, you got to be kind of careful that you don't lose them. This one needs to kind of, they're kinked a little bit so they don't go flying off of there, but if they do slide down, you kind of have to screw them back down so they can sit where they need to. So let me do that, because I think when I unscrewed this one, it unscrewed itself a bit. This one's trying to do the same. Get it up in there. This thing's just fighting me every single step of the way. All right, come on, baby. Yeah, maybe it needs to go this direction. So word of the wise, if you don't have to remove the chimney, you probably don't want to do that. Finally. I wonder how many people you are throwing things at the screen by now. I know I would be. Gee whiz. This is painful. Okay. Getting ever closer. That's on there. Globe next. I gotta also get the trim ring around this thing, so I didn't do that yet. So that I think will get on here in just a second. So I'll secure this so when I flip it over, I don't just drop the globe off the bottom. Because we don't want that. Even though it is broken, we don't need to really break it. Okay. All right. Get this on here. This little box needs to go. Of course, as I throw it as far as I can underneath the desk here. Okay. Well, if you've made it this long, you are definitely a glutton for punishment, and I appreciate it. All right, so that's where the little box needs to go. The screen goes on there like this, and then this goes over here like that. Well, no, like this. And then there we go. Now we just need to get this on here without destroying it, which should be able to. Right over that. Which we then secure with the screw right there. That's pretty simple, really. It's really nothing more than overlapping metal and a screw shot right through the middle of the vent. So, yeah, not really what I would call a high-tech kind of way of installing this. Get this on here so I can put a little bit of force on it. Or not. So, tip number 2 of the day, if you're wanting to make these screws stick into a socket, you can take a piece of paper towel and then just jam it in there, and then that will make it stick, and then you got something that holds your screw for you. So those work out pretty good that way too. Also works good for starting bolts on cars and stuff like that too. Well, if I can get it to go, that would be great. Well, I'm not sure how they had that thing in there, but okay, maybe this will work. I may have to lie it down. Oh no, here we go. We got it now. We got it now. Oh my word. Whew. Okay, let's burn a mantle, and we can put our bale in here. Actually, you know what? Let's fuel it before we light the mantle off. Put this in here. I know this fuel looks pretty grubby, but it's actually been filtered a bunch of times, so it's better than you think. And then I've got the filter that's in here, and then I've got a piece of paper towel also inside there. So all that filtering, even though it looks a little grubby, none of the chunks are going to make it in there. But I did get a fair bit of trash out of it. So not big pieces, just a bunch of small stuff. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I sure hope this fixes it. Because honestly, the only thing I did was remove some trash from around that little orifice there and make sure everything was clear. So who knows? Maybe it sucked up some trash into the. Here we go. And then that's the sediment sitting there on the bottom. Maybe it sucks up some trash in there. I don't know. Maybe we've cleared it out. Maybe the next step is I got to pull the generator out and clear it, but I don't think it's the generator. I really don't. Okay, we got fuel, and I'm gonna pump it first because that way I won't be putting so much shock on that freshly burnt mantle. Okay, got that. Let's get the mantle burned off. And yeah, I got the bale on there. Okay. Let that billow out of there. Yeah, you can really see the ribs from the vent there on how well that works. It's pretty cool. Okay. Try the open one turn and see what happens. Honestly, not a lot different. We're gonna open all the way, see if we can get some fuel up. Oh, that sounds like it. So we're gonna, oh yeah, this is no good here. Got a fuel leak, I think. Maybe? Well, it is behaving differently. Keep a close eye for any other fuel leaks here. Open this all the way out. Let's get my flashlight on my phone. Yep, fuel leak, I can see it. It looks like maybe well, this is working better now, but now I've got this, so I'm trying to see where it is. It almost looks like it's from where the valve screwed into the tank. So what that means, pull it all apart, get some of this, put that on there, seal it up, and we'll probably be good. So I think we've probably solved the problem of this, but we definitely can't have this running with fuel leak on it, so that would not be good. Anyway, so hope you learned something. I know this is kind of a real long one here, but hey, it's a complete teardown of a Kamplite, and I'm not sure if there's any videos of that, so now you got one to look at. And now you know how to do some of these things twice. So until next time, keep them lit. Well, just a quick note, didn't need to do this, didn't need to do the teardown. What I did do is that I did take this collar back off and shone a light in there, and it was the packing nut on the valve that just needed just a little bit of a tweak. And after doing that, and with this here, everything is completely dry, so there's no fittings that are leaking. This is running extremely bright, and it is not fading off at all. So it seems like we fixed it. So, hey, that's great. Very excited to have that doing what it's supposed to do. And we'll probably put this to some good use tonight for the first time. So I'm really excited about that. So there you go. Yeah, this one just kind of all sorts of new stuff with this one, just because, you know, it is a completely new design and nothing that I've ever worked with before, but it seems to be working good. And I do like that number 21 mantle on there better than the 99. It really seems to do a good job. So that's it. Okay, promise for sure this time. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe. And in the meantime, keep them lit.